What's up, guys? Welcome to the fastest rising podcast in all professional wrestling. Welcome to the Tuck Your Chin podcast, and we're here with another banger episode. First, we're gonna bring in my man, the big man, Mike HENDRIX, also known as Millz.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. It's a pleasure to be on.
Hell yeah. And then we got my man, Erin.
Hello, greetings and salutation, boys and girls. How are you?
And then we got my man, Wyatt here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be back on this podcast. We got a lot to talk about this week. It's been a sad, crazy week so far. We definitely needed to have another episode of this podcast and talk about this. So let's get started. Let's get your drinks, get your popcorn ready, and you all are in for a treat. So we'll discuss our opinion, what we've thought about this week.
Hell yeah, Wyatt. You did it, bro. The best intro. And then we got my man, Steve. That's going to plug all of us after this podcast is over.
Hey, what's going on? Tuck Your Chin Podcast Nation. Yo, there's been a lot that happened this week. Some of you guys at home might be confused, but we're going to clear everything up.
Hell yeah. And then we got my man, Antwan, new to the podcast.
Hey, everybody. What's up? It's a great... I honestly want to say thank you for the opportunity to be on this podcast for the first time ever. It's actually my first pro wrestling podcast ever, so thank you so much. It's a great opportunity, and I'm glad to be along for the ride.
Hell yeah,
and,
dude.
Also, same here. I from the bottom of my heart, thank you a ton for giving me the chance to be here. This is going to be amazing.
Hell yeah, guys. It's a blessing. And then last but certainly not least, my man, Jason.
Finally, Jason has come back to Tuck Your Chin.
Hoorah. So let's get something. Let's get a few things. So let's do with the saddest part of this week, all the releases. So Wyatt has those up. So he'll read all of them out, and then we'll go around in a circle with all our opinions. So Wyatt will start with the releases and his opinion.
All right, since I'm hosting the releases, all I got is I got the wrestlers list up. I don't really have the employees that I keep forgetting. I'll try to think on top of my head who I think got released. It's sad that the referee, Mike Chioda, he's been a part of the company for so long. What is everyone's opinion on him getting released?
Can I start it?
Yeah, go for it.
Everyone.
Yeah, go, Mills. Go for it.
My opinion, everybody act like it's the end of the world for the releases, but if you don't think AEW looked at that list and jotted down the people they really want in their company, I think Mike Chioda's going to be fine.
Tony Khan.
There's always a light in the end of the
All right, Evan.
Oh wait, Mills wasn't done. I think.
Keep going, Mills. Keep going.
I'm good. I'll finish.
All right.
Evan?
All right, Evan.
I think, not just Mike Chioda, but I think the entire list is... I think them all of those people getting released in general is kind of stupid. I actually mentioned this at one point with a friend of mine. I think that it would make much more sense to just take a break, go on hiatus, postpone any shows, and then remove the thing that is in the contracts that says that the wrestlers cannot wrestle outside of WWE. I think that would make logical sense, but God forbid Vince McMahon make any sense. But regarding AEW, I think undeniably Cody Rhodes and Tony Khan probably both have massive boners. Looking at that list, there's probably a metric fuck ton of people that they want to sign. So I guess that's good for them. But yeah, I think it's bullshit. God, it's just the amount of talent that's been wasted. Take a look at Cassius Ohno. They fucking did nothing with that man. In my opinion, Cassius Ohno or Chris Hero is undeniably one of the greatest of the past 20 plus years. And then they sign him and do jack shit with him, and now we just got fucked over. Jesus.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, I guess Mike, you can go, right?
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
So I think he just named, but every single person that got released did not deserve. I don't care how they were in WWE, how they booked them. None of them deserved it, man. This is a horrible time to get released, and basically WWE just put their foot up their ass by saying, "No, fuck you, get out." And this is the worst time. Yep. You need money to pay for food, and this time, but no, WWE couldn't give a shit because fucking Vince McMahon is a psychopath. That's all I got.
Part of this is Triple H as well. All right, Jason, what is your opinion on the releases? And then we're gonna go.
The ones that shocked me the most was Mike Chioda and Leo Rush.
Yeah.
Mike Chioda was a long-time ref in the business, and I think he had more ahead of him. Leo Rush, he was talented. So it sucked that he got released. EC3 was wasted talent, so I'm actually glad he got released. And the others, I don't know what to say.
Okay, I guess we're gonna talk about every wrestler that got released and give our opinion, like what we think about where they're gonna go. Steve, you can go to discuss your opinion.
After hearing about, all those releases, man, in 5 minutes, there was over 20 releases. That's only the wrestlers that we know. There's more people behind the scene that weren't released, but I don't really see it as a big deal because I've always been told when one door closes, another one opens, and there's plenty of other wrestling companies out there, and there's a variety of where they can go. So this isn't, but just now, it might seem like a bad time because no one might be signing right now because everybody's probably in quarantine. Not every wrestling company is also going.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally agree with Steve. I guess Antwan.
Totally.
Yes. My thoughts on the releases. When I heard about each and every one of the releases, I was quite sad about it. But at the same time, I looked at it as like Steve gave. When one door closes, another one opens. There's more opportunities outside of WWE mode that can help a mass majority of these guys to go and shine elsewhere. Whoever didn't get the opportunity in the WWE, they have the opportunity to go elsewhere. Of course, now is the bad time. I think it's the bad time to get those releases going because with this virus outbreak, it's definitely caused a lot of damages towards the business. With crowds don't want to be at the shows, for the time being. So it definitely was not the best time to do so. But as I truly believe there's light at the end of the tunnel for a lot of these guys. There's more opportunities elsewhere. So it's not the end of the world. There's a light that's going to be in the tunnel for a lot of these guys. So I'm definitely looking forward to all their futures. At the end of the day,
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
All right. Since I got the releases listed, I want to discuss just the main roster stars because they're most important to discuss. I don't care about the NXT and backstage crew.
NXT is the main show right now. We gotta talk about NXT.
All right, we'll talk about.
We gotta do that.
Okay, we'll discuss NXT.
The developmental guys, the referee, and the production crew, they're all just as important. Come on, man.
NXT is not developmental no more. If y'all been watching the product, it's the third brand.
Definitely.
It's the third major show in WWE.
Yeah, it's like what ECW was 10 years ago when they brought back ECW. That's how I look at NXT now. The third brand.
Yes. And totally, I got the list right here, and we can discuss where everyone's future can bring, or if they can get resigned.
Bro,
all right, the first wrestler.
Why? Just read out the list, bro. We all gave our opinion. Just read out the list.
Okay. All right, the released wrestlers from the main roster who we got Drake Maverick, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Heath Slater, Eric Young, Eric Rowan, Sarah Logan, Mike and Maria Kanellis, Mike Chioda, the referee, EC3, Aiden English, Leo Rush, Primo and Epico Cologne, and we got NXT stars such as like Tino Sabadelli, I think is how it's pronounced, Tainara Conti, so much more. Great talent, but just sad to see him go.
It sucks, man. It sucks.
So off of that note, let's get into a positive note, guys. Let's talk about the shows this week. So let's start with Raw. Let's get positive. So let's get into something interesting. Not the first two segments. We'll skip those. Oh, maybe this. Yeah, sure. Aleister Black versus Oney Lorcan. I'll start. It was kind of like a squash match, I can't believe they didn't release.
I would see it because they went 2 commercial breaks, so it wasn't really a squash match, if you want to say.
Lorcan had some offense, but did you think he was gonna win that?
No,
he was jobbing.
No.
He was jobbing.
Well,
he was jobbing to Aleister.
Wait. Let's get the right form of some jobbing. Jobbing is when you lose in 5 seconds, no offense. No, nothing. They gave him a chance to show his stuff and to see if he's main roster material. But we all knew he was gonna lose.
Oh yeah.
He took the L. We knew that was gonna happen because they pushing Aleister for Money in the Bank. And in my opinion, I feel
that's
like
a
he's
good
gonna win
point.
the whole thing. No, in my opinion,
speaking of pushing Aleister Black, I have been absolutely loving the way that they've been doing it. They've had him just fucking destroying absolutely everyone. Despite the fact that he was NXT champion and all of that, and he did prove that he was a phenomenal talent in NXT, they're building us up as like this fucking unbeatable force, and I love that. So I think that him beating people like Oni Lorcan and stuff, like, that doesn't necessarily harm Oni Lorcan, because he's also a great wrestler. But I just want to like say the way that they've been booking him and building him up is great.
But let's just hope they don't drop the ball with him, because they built so many people up, and I could name a couple. But then after they built them up, they just dropped them and they went back to the bottom. The Ricochets, the Cedrics, the Lars Sulligans. I could go on and on. So let's just hope they don't drop the ball with Alistair, because I loved Alistair ever since he was in NXT. He was NXT champion, and he got a hell of a future. Let's just hope they keep the ball rolling with him.
Mm-hmm. Yes. My opinion, Aleister Black really put on a match that's good, but hopefully they can we'll see if he beats Austin Theory this Monday. But Aleister Black, hopefully they improve his mic work more. Hopefully he gets a push or something. But I know all the buried talent is gone. WWE's really got to get their heads in the game, really build up some stars, because anything is possible coming the way.
Let's get Steve, Antwan's, and Jason's opinion. Let's go. Steve, go for it, dude. Sorry, guys. You did.
No, you guys good.
That's all right.
So, that match, it gave a chance for Oni Lorcan to shine. He got a time on the main roster, and they're building Alistair Black up. And honestly, on Oni Lorcan's perspective, any time on the main roster is time you could use valuably, because people are gonna look into that, and you might get a bigger push when that match, a kickoff match, could turn into a main event match just for something they see off of you. So you just gotta use the time you have wisely and try to impress and do as much as you can. That's what I think he did.
Right.
Jason?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Okay, at least they gave Oni Lorcan some TV time and a chance to shine on the main roster to prove that he's worthy enough to be on the main roster. I mean, it was obvious that Aleister Black was going to win, but otherwise, it was a good match to me.
All right. My perspective, I personally enjoy seeing, both Aleister and Oni get a chance to shine and get some TV time to kind of be able to showcase their abilities. I don't see it much as a squash myself. I saw it as an opportunity for Oni to showcase what he did, and against her, and Theory upon Aleister was definitely a way to go. And for Aleister, I've been amazed with the guy since NXT, and see him continue to do his work with dominating opponents, the Money in the Bank. It definitely helps build momentum for him, and his chances of winning Money in the Bank is definitely high at this point. So I was definitely pleased with that match. Definitely looking forward to see what's next for Aleister Black.
Hell yeah, dude. So let's move on to another person that they're built. I got this, bro.
I got it. I forgot one thing.
Oh, go for it, dude. My bad. Go.
Oh yeah, that's all I got to tell you, Mike. Didn't Oni Lorcan? I heard something about Oni Lorcan requesting a release, but then he signed a multi-year deal.
There's a whole bunch of people doing that.
Yeah. That's all WWE. But good thing. Well, at least he's still on the main roster. But Mike, continue.
Okay, so here's another one that they're building up. At least in my opinion, we'll all go around. Austin Theory. So I'll start on this one. Badass. But he's facing Aleister, so I'm not sure who they want in the match. They're building up both of them, so it's going to culminate into one match. Millz, I know you're very vocal on this one.
Yes. Austin Theory, believe it or not, I feel like it was a call up too fast, but I feel like he could do it. He's one of the talents I've seen him in Evolve. I've been to Evolve shows, and he held that title for a very long time. So I don't think it's his time yet against Aleister, but believe it or not, he couldn't be an uprising star in the near future. Y'all could bet on it.
Okay. Well, what I feel like, you got to take into consideration that Austin Theory, even showing up on the main roster, I do not think that was a planned thing. That was very much last minute because, who was supposed to be Garza? Andrade.
Yeah.
Andrade couldn't make it to Mania because his ribs decided to not work. Therefore, I think what they should have done was have Austin show up at Mania, have that one match, and then put him back in NXT just for the fuck of it. But they're like, no, we're gonna put you on the main roster. So, I definitely agree that they shouldn't have kept him on the main roster. It's way too quick, but
it's way too early.
But I'm not gonna lie. I like the stable they building with Andrade, Austin, and Garza. It's very entertaining to say the least.
Yeah,
and they're making them look strong. Let's just hope they don't do another club thing and make them look strong and then bring them down, because that's actually an entertaining thing that's getting me interest to watch Raw every week.
Yeah. Wyatt, go for it, dude.
This is about for Austin Theory. It was a quick call up. And how long has Austin Theory lasted in NXT? By the way,
it was like 3 months. Because he got signed in September.
But did he wrestle in NXT a lot or no?
I can't remember.
He did 3 matches against Roderick Strong and 2 other matches, and then they called him up.
Yeah. Okay. I knew this wasn't the plan, but Austin Theory, I could see him winning Monday because this man has a lot of in-ring psychology and this man has charisma. But hopefully, it would be better for me, in my opinion. Instead of Austin, I don't feel comfortable with Austin Theory with Andrade's group. I would prefer Austin Theory be a solo competitor, and hopefully he gets a push to the mid card. But I'd like to see him in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but I don't want him to win.
Okay, so at least have him in the match, but don't win.
Yeah, at least have him in the match.
Okay,
he could do something good.
We'll switch up the order. Antwan, go for it, dude.
All right, my take on Austin Theory. I see Austin Theory as a future talent. I do feel like he was called up too soon because he really didn't think to high gear in NXT. But I see this as an incredible opportunity for him because I personally know him. I personally know the guy. Seeing his work is real steps involved, and he's competed in sports. So it's definitely it's a great spot for him to be able to showcase his skill on Monday against Alistair. It's definitely going to be a true test to see who they really trying to build towards the Money in the Bank. And this is definitely going to be an exciting time to what Austin Theory is made of, and excited to see what comes Monday.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, Antwan, one quick thing. Do you have headphones in, by the way? Or, are you just talking through your phone?
Talking through my phone.
Okay, you're a little low, just letting you know. So if you want to, speak up a little bit more, it would help the people hearing in the video. Just a quick note. Steve, go for it, dude.
Usually when NXT guys are called up too early, they get lost in the crowd and they don't know what to do, and Vince usually doesn't know what to do with them. But Theory, he seemed like he rushed through the crowd and grabbed it by the brass ring because he's up there. He's a good performer. He has the attitude. He has the strut, the mic skills, and the wrestling. He has it all. And it might be, too early for him because he might have just got here. But I see big things for him coming in the future, and I would want him also in the match.
Absolutely, dude. And last but not least, my man Jason.
Well, Austin Theory, he's a good wrestler and all, but he should have stayed in NXT longer because his call-up was way too early.
And way too random.
Way too random. Mm-hmm. But he needs time to shine in the main roster and to prove he's a good fit for the main roster. So it's not the time for him to have a main roster title yet.
Yeah, definitely, dude. But
you gotta build him up for that.
Yeah, but bouncing off what Wyatt said, him being in the match would be cool, but no one is gonna expect Austin Theory to win the match if he's in it. He's gonna do it.
Otherwise, he has a good future.
Because if Austin Theory, yes. And they should give Austin Theory a little bit more time to build him up more, because if they made him win the briefcase, everything would be effed up if they did that, because everyone would be, he's overrated and stuff.
Wyatt, bro. Don't filter yourself, bro. You're here, Evan dropping F-bombs.
Wyatt, don't be a pussy. I'm not.
All I'm saying is if he won, everything. All I'm saying is just give him time to build up. If you put him in the ladder match, don't make him win. Don't make him win. That's all I'm telling you.
I think that's all we agree. If he's in it, he's not going to win.
I'm not saying I don't have faith in him, but
yeah, too early. That's what you mean for him to do anything big.
I have
too early.
Yeah, go for it, Millz.
I have a question. Since we're talking about the Money in the Bank ladder match, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room, the third qualifier, the MVP versus Apollo. Now that's different. In my opinion, that's different. I did not expect that.
Yeah. definitely.
Here's how I feel about it, right? Like, with Apollo Crews, he is a fucking amazing wrestler, but they called him up way too early back in 2016. And aside from for a short time, they paired him up with Dana Brooke and Titus O'Neil, and then other than that, they've done jack shit with him, which is a fucking shame. So here's the thing. One part of me would say, I want Apollo Crews to win and be in the Money Bank ladder match, but I mean, I don't think anybody would give even a molecule of a shit about that. But
I feel like it's a little too late, in my opinion.
However, if MVP wins, I mean, MVP's been in some fucking banger ladder matches back in the day. I'd love to see MVP kick it with the younger guys in a ladder match nowadays. Because despite the fact that MVP's aged a bit, I mean, he's still, I'm sure he can still pull it off. So, yeah, I mean, I think it'd be, like, for the sake of nostalgia, have MVP beat Apollo. Because, they're not going to do shit with Apollo. If anything, Apollo should have been released, and like, he should thrive elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree, because I feel like him going back to NXT could help his career more. But they switched him to Raw. I feel like they're trying to build him since they lost a lot of superstars. They're trying to build the stars they already have. So I'm glad they kept him. But I just feel like it's too little, too late. That we already seen what you did with him. We don't expect you to do anything more. Like, why do it to the man? Just let him go back to NXT and make a name in the North American title division or something.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, WWE has a fucking team. A team of writers, and they make the stupidest decisions of all time. Keep that in mind. A team. Fuck, oh. Can you imagine being in a room filled with that much stupidity? I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, Jesus.
Wyatt, go for it, dude.
All right, so we're discussing, I guess, Apollo and MVP's match Monday, right?
Yeah. And then we'll talk about the next thing after they're done.
I think it could be. Honestly, with Apollo, I would like him more if they send him back to NXT, like what Millz said, or maybe they could improve Apollo's mic skills, or maybe get him a manager. Maybe that would maybe make me like him more. But this Monday for the win, I think MVP should do like a dirty win this Monday, like wins by cheating or something. But yeah, MVP still got it in the ring. I'd like to see him in the Money in the Bank ladder match one last time. But we'll see what happens Monday night, and we'll go from there. I guess everyone's gave their opinion or not, right?
I didn't.
One more thing. I'm gonna bounce off of what Wyatt said. So, like, MVP's another one, like Austin Theory. Like, if he's in the match, he's not gonna win, but it's gonna add like a different type of feel to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's yeah.
Like I said,
go for it.
I'm just saying that it's going to be for the sake of nostalgia. I mean, like, MVP, I think, is... I think that MVP, while he's been overlooked, he is still relatively, like, a fan favorite among people. I mean, a lot of people enjoy him. He's a phenomenal, professional wrestler. So if he were to make a comeback, maybe one final time in a Money Bank ladder match, because people remember him for that, and I think it would just make the most sense. Again, like I said, I think that not many people out there give a shit about Apollo Crews, which I'm not saying that I stand by that. I think it sucks. Again, team of fucking writers, and they make the dumb decisions. But I think that, I think like Millz said, either Apollo should fucking leave the company and thrive elsewhere, or go back to NXT where they can try to not fuck things up with them. So yeah, it's like I mentioned, like, purely for the sake of nostalgia. I think it would make the most sense to have MVP get the win over Apollo and show up in a ladder match and do some crazy spots and then maybe leave or whatever.
Yeah. Steep?
Within these 4 years, we haven't seen them do much with Apollo. I don't see them doing anything with Apollo at this point, unless, like everyone's done, they build them up to have this character that's going to get over with the fans, and maybe yeah. And then people are going to say on social media, Apollo is finally getting over. We like Apollo now, and Vince can take note of that. Right now, Apollo's not really in the conversation to be anywhere, minus the people that are getting buried. So, yeah, MVP over Apollo.
Okay. Antwan?
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, do I sound better now?
Yeah. That's so much better.
Yeah, you're good. All right, so
as far as Apollo Crews is concerned, I said this from the very, very beginning that the guy was way too pushed to the main roster. He was rushed too fast because he should have been given enough time to thrive in NXT before heading to the main roster. And at this stage and point, I don't really see what further they can really do with him. I've long gone said that he'd be better off going back to NXT or leaving the company to thrive elsewhere. Become a bigger star, because right now the guy he has no identity. No one really kind of knows who Apollo Crews really is, because the only thing you really see is he's just another guy coming in to job to somebody else that's getting pushed to a high regard. Now MVP, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen this Monday on Raw. Could this be a career revival for Apollo somehow? I mean, like I said, the possibilities are endless. But as it stands, MVP, he's a fan favorite, and I thought, when he first came back a few months ago, that he was going to be probably just coming in for a couple of matches and then transition to a behind-the-scenes role. But to see that he's still playing a part into this, maybe this is some type of final run for him, in the sense that he's going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't know. But I definitely see MVP winning this. Or if they're trying to push Apollo, then I guess we'll see what waits for Monday.
Yeah, America.
Jason?
Also, quick question.
Oh yeah, go for it.
What? Go for it.
Also, it's weird to say, but how come MVP is not on the current roster on the WWE app? Is he actually signed to the company?
Yeah, he's signed to the company.
He's signed.
Because he's on the alumni roster.
He is.
He's on the alumni?
He's on my phone. It says he's on the alumni.
He probably got like a Legends contract.
Why don't you ask it? I'm fucking.
Yeah,
Jason, go for it, dude.
Well, I want to go for MVP to win over Apollo on Monday, because Apollo has been wasted talent ever since he got called up, and he hasn't won a title yet on the main roster, which you guys probably realize, right?
Oh yeah.
He had a couple of title shots, but hasn't won one. Yeah.
Wait. If I'm not mistaken, back in the day, wasn't MVP both a U.S. champ and tag team champ a few times?
Yeah, they partnered with Matt Hardy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, can't say MVP has never had a title.
Wait, no, I think you said
I'm
Apollo.
talking about Apollo.
Sorry, I have Alzheimer's.
Wait, what did you say?
Wow.
All right, listen, gentlemen. It's been a long day. Give me a break.
Hold on, let me just make a note. Opinions of guests are not opinions of the Tuck Your Chin podcast as a whole. Just gonna put it out there.
Damn. All right, fuck you. I'm kidding.
Go for it, Jason.
What?
Yeah, no, you didn't give your. Oh wait, was that it?
That was it.
Oh, thank the guy in the sky, if he's real. Okay, let's move on.
Next match.
So no, not a match. This is a Wyatt, I'm gonna let you start on this. McIntyre Rollins, what do you think about this feud?
Well, I know I've seen these two face each other. I can't remember if they fought each other on TV, but they fought each other at my last event. But yeah, that match is probably going to happen in Money in the Bank. Even though McIntyre, if Rollins wins, I'm totally going to be legit pissed. Even though I don't like Rollins. But honestly, McIntyre deserves a longer reign. McIntyre, let's just give him the time. This is McIntyre's time. It's been 11 years. Give it 2020, the year of McIntyre. But I guess his match with Andrade was pretty good this Monday. So I really don't have much to say about this, but hand the mic to someone else.
Okay.
And it's me?
Yeah, go for it, Jason. We'll get the people that usually go last first this time. So Jason and then Antwan and then Steve, and then we'll go.
Okay, so the McIntyre-Andrade match on Monday was a pretty good match. McIntyre got the win, and Seth Rollins attacked him after the match, which is starting a feud between them. And I see that's going to be a good feud and some good matches between those two.
Antwan?
Okay. As far as Drew and Seth is concerned, I'm actually was looking forward to this to help build McIntyre. You know, as the top guy on the roster. I love the push he's gotten since the Rumble win, and I think with Seth, the role he's portraying, and everything they've done for him, this is going to be a great chance to see what those two are going to do at this pivotal with McIntyre holding the top gold for Raw and Seth challenging, being the first to challenge him for it. So this is definitely going to be a great opportunity to help build Drew up, to a top ranked champion in the company for Raw. So this is definitely a great opportunity. I'm definitely looking forward to see what's to come for both Drew and Seth here.
Okay. Steve.
Seth is known for stealing opportunities and ruining everybody's fun, but I think Drew is the person that he can't get over with that. I think Drew's going to be that one person who, over the years, people couldn't stop Seth. Because Drew, he's getting, I like that, his push that he got, winning the world title. And like they said, 2020, the year of Drew, he's waited for this for so long. I think, it's going to be a good match, and we're going to have Drew, pushed even more.
Okay. My man Evan, go for it.
The thing with Seth is that, and this is going to sound weird at first, but hear me out, I would compare Seth to Charlotte in only one context. Like, with Charlotte, her winning the women's title and her winning the women's Rumble and shit and her retaining at Mania, want to know what that does for her career? Jack fucking shit. You know why? Because of her goddamn dad. She's won goddamn everything, and it is exhausting by this point. When I saw Charlotte win at the Rumble and retain at Mania, I was like, wow, it's annoying, it's frustrating. And with Seth, it's kind of the same thing. Seth has done it all. He's main event at Mania, he's a multiple-time world champion, he's tag team champion, Money in the Bank briefcase holder, etc. He's fucking done everything. So if Seth Rollins were to beat Drew McIntyre for the title, I'll fucking be mad, despite the fact that I do enjoy Seth, despite the fact that 2019 was not his year, let's be honest. But yeah, if Seth were to win, I'll commit tax fraud.
Wow.
In all seriousness, Drew is a 5-star athlete. He is fucking incredible. And I think that, absolutely this should be his year. This is his opportunity. He's gonna, he's been tearing it up. He's phenomenal. So, if they fuck this up, then again, that proves my point, ladies and gentlemen, a team of writers making dumb decisions. So yeah.
Millz?
Alright, I'm gonna start like this. I kid you not, guys. Before Monday night, I was actually watching Drew and Andrade's takeover match, and I was saying to myself, they need to do this on TV because it's good for business. I guess they listened to me because that's what they did. What a hell of a main event and Raw, but they put the icing on the cake when they added Seth Rollins to Drew McIntyre's feud. I enjoy it because, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of heel Rollins. I like heel Rollins. I like the whole Monday Night Messiah stick. I think it's gonna go places if they book it right. And I feel like with Drew, he's a babyface. He's established himself as a babyface. And he needs one of those guys that's going to push him as that babyface and going to antagonize him. And I feel like Seth is the right one at this moment. Because right now, they don't got a lot of good heels on Raw. And the only good heel they have right now is Seth. And whoever booked him being a heel, because the babyface Seth was boring me, I was like, But whoever's booking him as a heel is doing a right job. I'm glad they put Murphy by himself and Ortiz of Pain, because Seth Rollins didn't really need them for a heel. I don't like that Seth Rollins that he always needs somebody to have his back. I like that heel Seth Rollins that he showed on Monday, that he's here to dominate, he's here to collect, or he's here to get a world title. I don't think he's going to win in Money in the Bank. I think Drew is more establishing himself as a champion, and I'm glad to see him champion because I was watching him when he was Impact World Champion and such, he was doing his thing on the Indies. So, in my opinion, I feel like Drew is going to go over Seth.
Yeah.
Seth is just going to help him be a better champion.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I forgot that Drew was in TNA. Well, TNA is pretty forgettable to begin with. Ooh, shots fired. I'm joking.
Wow.
I didn't go, so I agree. I completely agree with Millz. This is a good first feud for Drew. To show that he's a fighting champion, I guess, if to put it that way, something like that.
Yeah.
Good babyface. So I think this is good because Rollins is gonna piss him off a lot because that's what he does to everyone. And this is gonna be an easy win for Drew. Not really easy, but retain for Drew at Money in the Bank. And that's what I think.
I think that Judy Bagwell is going to win the Money in the Bank ladder match and become world champion.
Who?
Judy Bagwell.
Yeah. Who's that?
Who's that supposed to be originally?
Buff Bagwell's mother from WCW. Remember the Judy Bagwell forklift match? Uncultured fucking... Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I'm surprised he knows about that. That's
Judy
WCW.
Bagwell is the greatest of all time. Judy Bagwell is your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, so let's so I'm not sure if this is all of us. How many we'll go one by one. How many of you watched AEW this week? We'll start with Wyatt. Did you watch?
Me.
Okay.
I did.
Okay, so I'll just
I never...
Oh, my bad.
Oh, wait, we're talking about AEW this week, right?
Yeah, well, we're about to talk about. I just want to know who I'm gonna
AEW
call on.
Dynamite.
Is it okay if I call on everyone?
I'm gonna put it this way: the possibilities of me watching AEW is equivalent to the possibilities of me becoming the leader of a country.
0.
Yeah, no, I don't watch it.
Why. AEW is a good show. You should check in.
Well,
Yeah, watch it on TNT.
They're calling you, Evan. You gotta answer.
well, I'm hitting the decline button on that.
So you one of those WWE fans?
Well,
Wait,
okay,
I'm calling
right. Hold on.
Sports entertainment
Is it okay if I vent my aggression towards AEW? Is that okay?
Hey, just don't destroy anyone on this podcast.
No, I'm not gonna attack anyone. Of course, listen. All right, hear me out. You're in for a ride, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, if you enjoy AEW, that's absolutely fine, and I'll admit that AEW has some phenomenal talent. However, my biggest gripe with AEW, do I acknowledge that WWE makes dumb decisions? Yeah, I've done nothing but make fun of them this entire time for it. Obviously, I'm aware of that. But my problem with AEW is the amount of pointless fucking jabs that they make towards WWE. And because here's the thing, right?
Yeah,
Do you want to know what led to the downfall of WCW? WCW did not focus on themselves. WCW was doing everything they could to make public jabs against their rival WWE. And look what happened. WCW went in the shitter and was trash for the last couple years of its existence, right? Mm-hmm. With AEW, they will not, goddamn, stop just doing everything they can to make jabs towards WWE. Imagine how fucking petty and dim-witted you have to be. Where, Britt Baker, right? She was at NXT TakeOver, I think, yeah. And then they acknowledged her. And then they did the same thing in AEW, oh, that's Adam Cole's girlfriend. And Britt Baker was, that was such a stupid jab, you know what I'm saying? So, my problem with AEW is that they need to pull their head out of their fucking ass and focus on themselves and build themselves up and garner and create their own validity as a wrestling promotion.
I agree.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
Yeah, go for it, Wyatt. My bad. Sorry about that.
I never got to discuss my opinion because, Evan had to give his opinion. But honestly, I had to give Wednesday night off. I gave the night off to watch wrestling because, it was such a sad day and I was too sad to watch wrestling. But yeah. But honest, it's going to be a while because I already know AEW is going to go out of business because they're trying to be a copy paste or something. But AEW will not go out of business probably for a while because the owner of the business is so rich.
Okay.
But I never watched AEW or NXT, so I can't explain. But I heard the Hager and Moxley match had a good rating.
Oh, we were gonna go match by match.
Oh yeah,
we're about to do match by match.
Hell of a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll start.
Pass me on everything.
It's all good, dude. So I'll start
with me.
I'm just gonna go through we'll start with Lance Archer versus Colt Cabana, with Lance Archer literally killing Colt Cabana and putting him in the shitter. That was a good match. It was you know what, Colt Cabana, he's just there to smile, and then Lance Archer is there to do business. Jason, go for it, my man. You wanted to go for it.
All right, so Lance Archer versus Colt Cabana was a good match. So Lance Archer advances in the TNT Championship tournament, and we'll see where it goes from here.
Steve, did you watch?
Okay, so I know I'm late, but out of all like 30 shows of AEW, this is the first time I watched them this past week. And I wanted to give them a new try and see what they're about. And yeah, I did watch. And the Lance Archer Cole Cabana match, I didn't know. I watched these guys in other promotions before AEW, so I know who they are and going. And I didn't really expect Cole Cabana to win because Lance Archer, he's a beast, and obviously he was gonna win.
Okay. Antwan, you watch?
Yes, I did. I had to choose one thing I will give about the match quality. First of all, let me go on record and say that Lance Archer, I believe he's the future of AEW. He's the future. This guy. He's a beast. I had a chance to see his work, some of the work he did in New Japan. And he's a freaking beast, man. He's somebody you will want to carry on, the torch to lead your company for sure. I definitely think with the TNT Championship tournament here, he has a high chance of winning this thing. So I definitely was proud to see that. So I'm looking forward to see what the future waits for him, in this tournament.
Okay. Evan, you didn't watch. Wyatt, you didn't watch. Millz, you watch?
Yeah, I watched AEW, but I was flicking back and forth, so I didn't watch the whole match.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give my take on it.
Oh, go for it, dude.
I feel like Lance Archer. This is my opinion. In the TNT finals, I think it's gonna be Cody versus Lance Archer, because they're building that feud. They've been building that feud with Jake the Snake for a couple weeks, so I feel like that's the direction they're going.
Okay.
And I like Lance Archer. I've seen his stuff in New Japan, and the guy, he could wrestle. He could go. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of Cole Cabana, so I knew he wasn't going to win. Because we've seen Cole Cabana in the Indies jumping from company to company, from company. And to me, I feel like he's like Apollo Crews in the sense he don't got charisma. And he don't appeal to me for some reason.
Okay.
Okay.
So I wasn't surprised that Lance Archer went over, but yeah, that's my opinion of it.
Okay, I respect that.
I'm gonna say this. I am gonna say this. Like, there is one positive thing that I have to say about AEW. The only thing that I will, applaud AEW for is the fact that AEW is a mainstream place for wasted talents from places like WWE to go and strive. I think that is the only good thing that I will say. Like, people like Jack Swagger or Jake Hager or John Moxley or Dean Ambrose or whatever. Like, those guys, they have a chance to become the megastars that they deserve to be. So that's the only good thing that I have to say about AEW, is that it's an option for other guys to become big stars.
Sure.
Whereas they were wasted talents in WWE.
Okay. So let's move on to the next topic. The real winner of this match, Chuck Taylor versus Kip Sabian, which is Orange Cassidy. So, I'll start. Orange Cassidy is the funniest thing I've ever seen on my television. Millz? Chirp.
My mic was muted. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch that match because I don't know, like, the new stars at AEW don't give me a reason to care about them.
You don't care about Orange Cassidy?
Nah, I care about Orange Cassidy. He's entertaining and all that, but the other stuff, like they just put them out and they don't give me a reason to care. I'm sorry, they just put them out and have matches. Like NXT with their stars, they give me a reason to care. They give us the backstory. We just know them from the indies and what they did, but I was pro NXT when that match was going on. I was watching more of NXT, so I don't really know much about that match. But
we're talking about OC. We're not talking about the match in general. We're just talking about the real winner, Orange Cassidy.
OC. Yeah. When it comes to OC, he got a future.
Yeah.
I'm shocked he wasn't in the TNT tournament. But hey, to each his own, right?
Oh yeah, Evan, what do you think of Mr. Cassidy?
I think that Orange Cassidy is great. I think that he is downright hilarious. It's always nice to have some great comedy talent in wrestling. His fan base makes me want to vomit. I'm gonna don't get me wrong. I love Orange Cassidy. He's fucking great. He cracks me up. But dear Christ in heaven, his fan base jerks him off a lot, and I think he's overhyped. I think that people jizz in their pants way too much over Orange Cassidy. So that's how I feel about it. I think he's great. He's fucking amazing. But just people are like, bro, Orange, like, yeah, it's just, yeah, it gets annoying. So that's how I feel about him. He's amazing, but yeah.
Okay. Wyatt, you got any opinion?
My opinion on Orange Cassidy, you know, he's an AEW star, but all the guy does, he wrestles with, like, he's on the street and he has his hands in his pockets. He has his sunglasses on. He's in style, but it impresses me that he does that suicide dive with his hands in his pockets. He always does this move with his hands in his pockets.
That blew my mind.
Yeah, and didn't he have? Yeah, Orange Cassidy is just a wrestler I've never seen no one else act like. But yeah, he's good to have as a comedy. You know, and as Evan said, it's good to have comedy stuff in wrestling.
Steep.
Even though I don't pay much attention to Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
But he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Steep.
So it was my first time watching AEW, and I don't even know who the guy was. But as I was,
What?
yeah, I've never heard of him.
You weren't aware of Orange Cassidy's existence outside of AEW? I mean, his fan base was even disgusting before that.
To be honest, I did not. I know who the guy was until I watched that one episode this past Wednesday, and I kind of got a gist of his character. You know, he's a guy that
doesn't give a shit.
Does something. He does something by doing nothing.
Yes.
And everybody applauds him.
Yes.
Have you seen him on commentary one time?
Yeah, he just sticks his thumb up at people.
Yeah.
He was entertaining.
Yeah, I didn't realize he does take kind of like the minimalist, less is more approach to it. I didn't realize that. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's all I have to say.
I'm also
I'm
share my
gonna study
opinion
into
on
him.
Orange
I'm gonna
Cassidy.
get to know more about him.
Yeah.
May I share my opinion on this character and this wrestler?
Yeah, Wyatt was about to say something. Like, why you were
I
about
forgot.
to...
I might have said this on one podcast episode, but my dream commentary team is definitely Asuka and Orange Cassidy. Because Asuka would be screaming and acting all crazy and stuff, and getting all sensitive, screaming and stuff, and then Orange Cassidy would just be sitting there giving a thumbs up.
Yeah, that would be the commentary team. I like that. Wyatt, let's make it happen. Asuka,
Make it happen.
Orange Cassidy, if you're
That would be
listening.
entertaining to say the least.
Yeah.
That's such good shit.
Yeah, if you got quote Vince McMahon, that would be such good shit.
I'll be such good shit.
Such good shit.
Such good shit.
Jason, go for it, my man.
Okay, Orange Cassidy, he's a fucking hilarious wrestler. And he's one of my favorites in AEW. He entertained me when he was on commentary. That
By
one
doing
episode.
nothing.
He was entertaining, yep.
That's it? That's all?
And I see him as a future champion in All Elite Wrestling.
Oh, okay, all right. Listen, let me tell you something, brother.
Yes. So,
Like I love comedy wrestlers and stuff. I do not necessarily support the idea of a comedy wrestler becoming world champion. I'm going to say this, right? Let me use an example.
but he's talented though.
Let me use an example. Eugene, right? Remember Eugene?
No.
Yes, he had character. I remember him. He was
Eugene-
the childish guy. He was the
Eugene
childish
was
guy.
straight up hilarious. Eugene was straight up hilarious.
He
Imagine
was good at his
Eugene.
gimmick, I tell you what.
Yeah, imagine Eugene. Imagine Eugene beating somebody like Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. Can you imagine that?
No.
I mean, he did beat Triple H 1-on-1, but not for the title.
Exactly, but imagine Eugene becoming World Heavyweight Champion. With
I'll
that,
tell you what, the crowd back then would have went hype if Eugene won that World
absolutely.
Heavyweight title.
yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah,
But I
totally.
mean, but let's be honest, realistically.
Mhm.
I think Orange Cassidy, like, if Orange Cassidy, okay, well, let me put it this way, actually. The difference between somebody like Eugene and Orange Cassidy as a comedy gimmick is that Eugene actually had some wrestling capabilities. I mean, even Doink the motherfucking clown, I'm not even exaggerating when I say that, Doink the goddamn clown was actually a really good performer.
You wouldn't say oranges?
No.
Nah, Orange Cassidy could go in the ring. He just don't get that comedy fool you. He could actually go.
Yeah.
I've seen him in the Indies before. He had his hands in his pocket, and the guy had a lot of talented matches.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I have yet to see Orange Cassidy actually put effort into a match. So,
Watch
perhaps I'm mistaken.
Watch any Orange Cassidy indie match. Fast forward the first 5 minutes, and then he'll start trying. That's what I'm that's what I'm gonna give you. Antwan, my bad, Antwan.
You're good, man. Orange Cassidy. So this is my take. When first time I seen him, I didn't really get who he was for a second. But then as I started to study his work, I started to see that, okay, he's basically this representative of comedy characters. That's, he's this kind of guy that's chill, laid back. He rather let, you'll see like his mannerisms gives away like some things he'll do in a sense to kind of catch your attention. But I do believe there is a way there he can go. Like the first time I was amazed that he did that, I was kind of blowing my mind was he had his hands in his pocket and did a dive off the top rope to a lot of people. So that to me was something that kind of like caught my eye about the guy. I said, wait a minute, this dude literally had his pockets. I was amazed by it. So it's amazing to see what the guy can do. I mean, seriously, he is indeed a comedy character. We had our fair share of comedy characters in pro wrestling as it is. As you guys mentioned with Eugene, another guy I give an example is R-Truth.
Yeah.
I like to see. So I like to see more what he can do, and I definitely want
to former world champion though. Just gotta say that. You can see in there.
He was. So Orange, as far as I'm concerned about Orange Cassidy, I like to see more what he can do in AEW going forward. So I give him that kind of credit, that kind of credit and respect. I give him that.
Okay, yeah, definitely, dude. So the next match that I want to go over was that fucking badass match between Mr. Moxley and Mr. Hager. Moxley won after a brutal, hard-hitting, no-holds-barred match, and I enjoyed it.
JR was on commentary.
JR was the only one on commentary. You are right, Mr. Jason. Definitely, dude. I loved it. Jason, go for it, dude.
That match killed it in the main event on Dynamite.
Yeah, definitely. Is that all?
Yeah.
That's all you got?
It was a no-holds-barred empty arena match. Moxley got the win over Jake Hager. Because Moxley deserves the title a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And they killed it around the arena. And JR was cool on the mic for that match.
Definitely,
I'm gonna be honest. It makes me laugh that they specially advertised Hager versus Moxley as an empty arena match. Isn't every single match an empty arena match nowadays? I mean, that's not a special thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah. You know how every single match is at no crowd? Well, this one also isn't gonna have one. Yeah, we know that. We know that. But yeah, I just that makes me laugh that they advertise that. Seriously.
Steve.
Okay, so, like I said, I'm still new to AEW and I'm getting accustomed to it. So, but I think it was a pretty alright match, seeing these guys wrestle again. Because last time I saw these guys was, in the WWE, and I'm glad I got to get to see them wrestle again, especially in the main event, and to see how far they've come, improving their careers, doing big things now. It's something that I applaud them for, because they are, getting opportunities to shine now in front of, people watching at home and getting audience attention.
Definitely, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Millz?
Alright, I'm gonna start off like this. I feel like Moxley as AEW champion was way better in his run than WWE.
Oh yeah.
The reason I say this.
Oh yeah.
When Moxley was WWE champion, you could tell the company didn't want to really do that. They just did it to shut up the fans. And
yeah, but his feud with AJ Styles was pretty good.
Yeah, but then he dropped it to AJ Styles quick. But now Moxley is showing how he could carry the company in his back without a company saying, yeah, we don't really want him as champion. And to be honest, Moxley did good going to AEW because now people are getting invested and people actually care about him. Because let's be honest, before he went to AEW and he had that little Intercontinental title match, they said him versus Seth and TLC was the worst match of the year. He went from doing that to having good matches with Jake Hager, having good matches with Kenny Omega.
Oh, yeah.
The list goes on and on. So when I was watching this match, I was like, yeah, this is the reason why I started watching AEW, because matches like this, even though it was an empty arena match and every arena is empty nowadays, they just they just announced it like that, so it could be like a no disqualification feeling, like anything goes type of vibe. And
the funny thing is, actually, now that I think about it, I mean, it's kind of like going back on what I said about AEW being a good mainstream option for guys who are wasted in WWE to become bigger guys. For example, if you think about it, Moxley and Hager's careers in WWE are relatively similar. Both won the Money in the Bank briefcase, both won the world title, and then both were poorly treated afterward. Nothing was really done with them. And now Moxley is the AEW World Champion, and him and Hager just had a match in AEW. I didn't watch it, but I heard it's very good. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm very glad that those two are killing it right now instead of what they were doing in WWE.
Yeah.
And add to that point, both of them was very underrated as champions in WWE. Like, the fans really wasn't into it. And now you see the fans is into what they're doing, and they're letting their work talk for itself instead of having the people in the back talk for them. And that's what I enjoy about AEW, because you never know who's going to get that push. It could be anybody.
Yeah, without a doubt, dude. Wyatt, you got an opinion on this?
I heard the Hager and Moxley match was good. I know everybody said everyone came in it in a positive note, but can't say much about it since I didn't watch AEW on Wednesday, since Wednesday's been such a bad day.
But respect for the match?
But I respect the match. But everyone, go on YouTube right now and watch the match of Hornswoggle versus Orange Cassidy. The match actually happened.
Yes, I watched. It was actually.
It's not gameplay. It's not gameplay.
Antwan, my man, let's bounce this off on a positive note. Let's do this. You always give good opinions. Go for it, dude.
So JK, I had the chance to witness the main event. I thought it was very, very good. You know, this was an opportunity, a chance to see what Jake Hager and John Moxley can do. You know, in a main event caliber match in AEW. And I do remember them having the match in the WWE, but you know, seeing them drive in AEW now and getting that main event chance to main event the show in the empty arena for the top prize in the company, this definitely builds both men's stock for sure. You know, I definitely say that, you know, it was definitely a very good match. I'm excited to see who's next to face John, you know, for the title. And, you know, and as I say for Jake Hager, this ain't this obviously there are big things to come for him too while he's in AEW. So it was definitely a great opportunity to see them both main events. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what's next for both men. Yeah.
So let's move on to NXT. So we'll go over some points.
NXT.
So let's start with one of the biggest things that happened that night. I'll start with this one. Killer Kross making his debut, attacking my man Tommaso with Scarlett Bordeaux. For any of you who don't know, that woman is Scarlett Bordeaux, because you know they're kind of like a thing. We're gonna go with a thing.
There's two P's in the pod. Let's say it like that.
Isn't Scarlett Bordeaux that chick who's like got more cake than a bakery? Isn't she like?
Yeah,
I think I know who she is.
Sure.
She's more than just a pretty face, though. She could wrestle.
Yeah, I saw her live.
That. She could wrestle. I seen her live in a couple shows, and she could go. So don't let that pretty face fool you. And she could actually go in the ring.
Yeah. God, she's hot.
Hey, my man Killer Kross.
Great minds think alike, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, my man Killer Kross ain't gonna like that, but we will move on from that. Wyatt, what do you think about this debut, my man?
I didn't watch NXT as you said, but I see Killer Kross having enough potential in psychology of being a star. I'm gonna see to give this guy a chance. I'm gonna watch some of his highlights to see how I like him, and then I'm gonna go from there. Hand the mic to someone else. I can't say much, but yeah.
I have a question. Did they really change his name?
They changed his first name.
Yeah, they changed his name to something like
why would they do that?
American
Hossein or something.
Yeah. Why would they do that? That's horrible. Just let the man have his indie name. I hate when WWE does that. I'm sorry. Changing names of superstars we already know.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Karrion
because certain
Kross.
promotions have certain names trademarked.
Karrion Kross.
That's why.
Is Scarlett Bordeaux gonna keep her name though? I hope so.
That's the question. That's the
Is
million-dollar
that not a
question.
real name? Are they gonna go with Scarlett? Or like Johansson Bordeaux, or like something fucking stupid like
Just
that?
call her Scarlet.
Or maybe they'll
Scarlet.
name her Ezekiel Jackson. Something.
Oh, I forgot about him.
I mean, it's
Oh, yeah, I
2020,
forgot about him.
so you don't know.
Forgot about him.
Evan, what do you think about this debut?
I think it's great. I mean, I think that if anything, WWE entirely, especially needs some new talent, especially because they did just screw over a good goddamn chunk of their rosters.
Black Wednesday.
Yeah,
That's what they
indeed.
call it.
So yeah, I think that, I mean, from what I've heard, Killer Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux are both absolutely phenomenal talents, and I think that hopefully, fingers crossed, they will not fuck things up with them. So yeah, I think it's great. I think it's always nice to see some new talent show up in NXT. Honestly, while I am big fans of all of these guys, I'm sick of seeing people like Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and all of those guys like Adam Cole and stuff being like the top guys. Like they've done what they can. They're all amazing. They've already done it all. Like, let some newer guys step in and be like, hey, we can do shit too. And then yeah. So I think it's great to see people from outside of the WWE get certain opportunities. Although you have to take into consideration that, like, I mean, people got very excited about Cassius Ohno, and then they fucked him over. Didn't do anything with it. So, there's always a possibility that the fucking idiots behind WWE might screw things up.
The team of writers. The team.
I feel like the NXT team is better than the main roster team, though.
Yeah.
They do a good job telling stories.
Yes.
Yeah, that's facts.
Definitely.
NXT definitely knocks most of the main roster stuff out of the park.
Yeah, Antwan, go for it, dude, if you watched or have an opinion on this.
I did watch. I had, first of all, seeing Killer Cross at the end of the show, attacking Ciampa, that was a great way to make a debut. With him coming in, the big nights that he gave leading towards this, it's definitely gave me a lot of interest in seeing what Cross is going to do with NXT along with Scarlett. So this is I think honestly it's great. As you mentioned about top guys, like you see Ciampa, Johnny, Adam Cole, a lot of these guys, been kind of taking up the top spots, in NXT. It's definitely great to see new faces come in and make a name for themselves. And this is definitely a perfect time to get Cross in there in the mix to make a name and see what he can do against those top guys, with Ciampa being the first. So this is definitely great. I definitely love what I saw and can't wait to see what's next for him in NXT going forward.
Definitely.
But I could give my take on it.
Oh, go for it, dude.
They pulled a curveball on me because after the empty arena match Ciampa and Gargano had, and we see Candice LeRae and Johnny going, I thought they was gonna attack them because you see them leaving the arena, and who was behind them in the car? Killer Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux, and it would have made more sense to me. So you make them, I'm not gonna say babyface, but like tweeners. And that's what I thought they was going for. The Scarlett Bordeaux and Killer Cross versus Johnny and Candice. I would like to see that. But they pulled a 360 curveball and he attacked Ciampa. So now we see where they're really going with it. And I'm not going to lie, that's going to be interesting because both of them got that smash mouth in your face style. And it could go for a good match. So I'm interested to see that match as well.
Yeah, definitely. Steep?
I watched Scarlett and Killer Cross in the Indies, and let me tell you, they can go, and seeing them in NXT, I hope they do big things, and they don't get, like Millz said earlier, they don't drop the ball with them. And I know Killer Cross and Scarlett, Scarlett can go in the ring, and Killer Cross, the dude is huge. The dude is a beast. He will kill those guys in NXT.
Yeah, definitely. Jason?
I did not watch NXT on Wednesday because I was watching Dynamite as usual. But I think But I've heard about the debut and all that stuff, and I thought it's pretty good.
Okay, just pretty good. We'll leave it at that. So yeah, I just want to skip around because I'm looking at my iPad battery. So we're moving on to SmackDown now. So, where's he gonna start with? Possibly one of the greatest things that are happening on SmackDown right now. Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman's feud. I'll go first on this one.
I've got some things to say about it.
I'll let you go next, Evan.
Alright.
Wow. Just the whole mask thing, giving him like PTSD, you left me, you queef, you fucking monkey, shit like that. And it's time for Bray to get payback, but I'm not sure if this is the right time for Braun to drop the title, or if Braun's just the placeholder and Bray's gonna get it back, because people are probably gonna use that excuse. Oh, the Fiend's not after the title; they're after Strowman. But Bray's first few words in that first promo was, "You have something that I want on your shoulders." So he's going for the title this time, and Braun. So for me, either way, I could see any of these men winning, but I'm more a little bit on the Bray side, getting the title back. Evan, go for it, dude.
I do not give a single shit that Braun Strowman is currently the Universal Champion, because here's the thing. They gave him the chance so many times before, and for some ridiculous reason, whoever the hell decided that it was a good idea to bury somebody like Braun Strowman should be strapped to a chair and beaten with a fucking pipe wrench. Because listen, right? Braun Strowman is incredible. He's a great big guy. They literally fucking had him beat the Big Show and a passing of the torch kind of thing as the next big guy in the company. And Braun Strowman debuted with the Wyatt family, and that was cool for a bit. And then Braun was seemingly immediately thrown into a amazing feud with Roman Reigns, where that was like the first time, kinda, that we saw Roman get thrown around like a fucking rag doll, and it was amazing. And then they decided to bury Braun Strowman. I'm gonna say this: the moment that they had Braun Strowman win the tag team titles with a goddamn child at WrestleMania, the moment they did that, I'm like, he's done. There's no coming back from this. So when Braun won the title at Mania, I was just like, okay, all right. So personally, I really don't care about the feud between Braun and Bray. Is it cool that they're doing references back to the Wyatt family? Sure, I suppose. But yeah, honestly, the sooner that Braun loses the title, the better. And honestly, like, I want to see Braun leave the company, but only to kind of like rebuild himself, to rebuild himself. Because first, again, I mean, whoever fucking, oh my god, the fucking mastermind who thought, yo, let's bury Braun Strowman, they should be thrown out of a helicopter screaming in front of their goddamn family. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, that's a stupid idea.
Wyatt,
crazy.
go for it, dude. I heard you. Go for it, dude.
I can't. I forgot what I was even gonna say now. As far as to what Evan said.
Antwan, go for it, dude. We'll get back to you, Wyatt. We'll get back to you.
Okay.
All right. My take on Bray and Braun. So when I first seen this rivalry coming, it just came up last week on SmackDown. At first, I was kind of in between about it because Braun just won the title, and the fact that he won it, at Mania was kind of surprising to me in a sense, because it's like, I thought they was waiting until like later in the year to probably build towards Goldberg and Roman, since they didn't have it at Mania. But putting on him, putting on Braun, I don't know what they're gonna do with him. See what they're gonna do here. I guess we'll see how it goes. But maybe it's a career revival to see him being built up on SmackDown. But him and Bray. So when they first, as last week was the introduction to it, I was in between. But looking at this, last night on SmackDown, seeing that they're going kind of telling the history with both men. They're, starting off with Braun being introduced to the Wyatt family. I'm definitely, now kind of like seeing interested in seeing what they're going to tell the story between the two, leading towards the match at Money in the Bank. So I'm definitely kind of a little bit excited to see what they're going to do with this.
Wyatt, you got your thought, or you want me to go for someone else?
You know what? I can talk now. I lost track after what Evan said, but yeah, good for Bray. Bray is going to probably possibly get the title back, even though they're having the show taped on top of a building. But we'll see what happens. Braun Strowman, Braun Strowman can't leave WWE now because, his contract expires in 2023. So we'll see what happens here. But I'm not a big Braun Strowman fan. I'm not a really big fan of SmackDown, but good for Bray Wyatt. He's getting his rematch, and we're going to see a good rivalry out of these two. Hopefully it's The Fiend that fights Braun, but I saw the picture of the original Bray next on WWE's Instagram account. I saw the picture of the fun Bray, but don't know how to explain it.
Jason?
Well, with their match coming up at Money in the Bank, I think this rivalry so far is pretty good. And I see a good match coming up at Money in the Bank, even though they're not having the Fiend face Braun Strowman. But I thought it would be cool to have the Fiend face Strowman instead of the Firefly Funhouse character.
Would you rather, Jason, would you rather see Fiend or Funhouse against Braun?
Fiend.
Okay. Yeah, that's
I disagree.
It's probably gonna be a Funhouse.
I would rather see the Fiend. Just like keep the trend they've already built. Just bury Braun again, right? So,
I disagree because
in
my opinion,
go for it, dude.
In my opinion, I feel like if you put the Fiend and Braun Strowman, there's two problems with that. First, Braun just won the title. You can't take the title off him right now, and you can't bury the Fiend. So I'm glad they're doing the 5-5 Funhouse break because you could see Braun beating him, but I can't see Braun beating the Fiend, and I feel like it's too early for him to lose that belt. And I would like to backtrack on the point I just made. My thing wasn't when he lost the when he won the titles with the how old was he, 9 years old or whatever. Yeah. My thing was when he lost to Brock 3 times. That's what buried Braun.
Oh yeah.
That's the moment. If that was a time to put a belt on, it would have been that time. Because like he said, he's coming off that Roman feud. He's coming off that Big Show cage match. You making him strong. He was believable, the one that could beat Brock and end that 500-day reign. But they decided, no, we're gonna keep the title on Brock because we want to see Brock and Roman at Mania. Yeah. So that's when I felt like, I don't care about Strowman no more. I feel like it's too little, too late. But going back to the Money in the Bank match, I feel like it would be better if you fight a 5-5 Funhouse break because you can't bury the Fiend if you still want Braun to be the champion.
Question,
Millz.
Well, yeah, when you're done, I'll ask. I'm gonna ask a question.
You can ask the question.
So if it's Fiend at Money in the Bank, you see Fiend winning it back?
Yes, I see him winning it back, and then that's like when Braun was Intercontinental Champion. He was champion for a cup of coffee, then he lost it to Sami Zayn. If you're gonna do that, then hey, to each his own. Yeah. You bury Braun again. Like, but why put the belt on him if you're gonna bury him? That's my thing. Like,
yeah. I understand.
I feel
I get it.
It would be better if he faced 5-5 House Break. That won't hurt the Fiend's character.
Yeah. Who didn't go? Steve or Jason? Did you both go? No, Jason didn't go.
I already went.
Steve, you go?
So about this, how they building it up and, was something interesting because they have history together being in the Wyatt family. And remember that SmackDown where Braun said to Bray he'll let him in? And that was kind of interesting because I don't think anybody on the roster will say that to Bray, considering after what he's done.
No.
And Braun, he doesn't seem like he's scared of Bray.
Yeah.
That was just Funhouse Bray, but I think the Fiend might be a different story.
Yeah.
When Braun stays face to face with the Fiend, that might be.
Before. If none of you remember, when they were both on Raw, it was the Rollins feud, and then it was like Strowman got involved, and then Fiend took out Strowman. If none of you, I just wanted to give you guys a refresher on that.
It might be something like that again.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Fiend.
Yeah. All I'm saying, if it's Fiend versus, as soon as they put out Fiend versus Strowman match graphic, they're burying Braun again because the Fiend only lost to one man, Goldberg, and that was off of a botched spear and a botched jackhammer. So, like, I mean, hey,
it was Saudi. What do you expect?
To your own, WWE. To your own, touche.
The thing is,
worst idea in history of WWE.
Oh yeah. The thing that I want to mention is that, like, I wish that I cared that Braun is currently the Universal Champion. I wish I cared about that, and it's not even necessarily my fault. It's the WWE's fault for ruining him and all of his, star power and shit. So.
Yeah. So I got one more thing that we're all gonna talk about, and then Steve will do that outro for all of us. So Wyatt brought this to my attention. I found out yesterday it was confirmed. I'll let Wyatt get the start on this one. Money in the Bank on the roof of WWE headquarters. Wyatt, go for it, bruh.
Hopefully someone doesn't fall in the building. Stuff doesn't fall off the building, or else something happens. But hopefully the roof can take all that weight.
Yeah.
Especially all the superstars and all the objects in the ring and stuff. But it's something different. It looks interesting. It really looks awesome. I'm glad that WWE kind of did something like that, a match on top of a roof. I don't know if it's happened before, but yeah, something a little different, something interesting. Should be a good show, but just I hate to say this, but if they do a skit with someone falling off the roof, they're gonna probably have straps on their pants.
Okay.
Oh.
What the hell's that?
That's out there.
Is that God calling to me? Whoever that is, mute their mic. Okay, cool. Wyatt, go ahead, man. Sorry about that. Were you done?
Yeah. I'm glad it's something different. I'm glad it's just something different. Hopefully, the roof can take all that weight.
Okay. Evan, give us some comedy. What do you think about this?
Come on, Evan.
I feel like that this idea it's almost like they gave Vince Russo cocaine. And they just let him do absolutely ridiculous amounts of cocaine and said, "Hey Vince, come up with something." And he was like, bro, imagine if they had a fucking match on the roof, bro. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's how this fucking idea was birthed. I think it is absolutely batshit motherfucking insane.
Come on,
but
you got more.
But I won't be surprised if someone falls.
But at the same time, I think that like we've all like had crazy ideas and shit for wrestling matches. I mean, hey, you got to keep in mind, Chris fucking Jericho had a bunch of wrestling matches on a goddamn boat. So, yeah. I mean, this isn't necessarily the weirdest shit. I mean, back in WCW, didn't they have
that boat was a good idea? Just saying.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that them having a match on the roof. I mean, again, the fucking Vince Russo must have gotten really high on something, and
he's on
yeah. But I feel like this match, it's certainly going to be different. It's certainly going to be fucking crazy. But I think that it's going to entertain people. I mean, yeah. So yeah, I'm on board with it. To be quite honest,
let's just hope it's good weather.
Yeah, Millz, go for it, dude.
Let's hope.
Pretty fucking massive kiss, if you ask me. But
Millz,
yeah.
What do you think, bro?
I just hope it don't rain on them like it did in the end of Mania. Because I was at Mania and it started raining during the Becky match. I just hope it don't rain. It's good weather. It's nice outside.
Well, they're pre-taping it, so they can just do it when it's sunny.
Yeah, that's true. Let's just hope. Just hope. That's what I gotta
hope.
Yeah. Jason?
Well, I think it's cool to see them do something different for Money in the Bank, and then I see some extreme moments happening here.
EC Dub?
Yeah.
Maybe just off the roof.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe, but that would be mind blowing, to be honest, if that did happen. And the ladder match
I'm still questioning this.
is pretty cool this year, because you guys heard that they're starting from the ground, making their way up to get the briefcase.
In the elevator. Fucking break the elevator.
That's a pretty cool experience.
They're not doing that. They're not really not doing that. Tell me.
No, they're starting from the
not
ground
doing that.
floor and then it's ending up above.
Yeah.
No.
Climb the corporate ladder.
Imagine if the elevator gets jammed like that happened on Raw that one episode.
Yeah. Hell no. That's a bad idea.
Otherwise,
Vince,
that's my
what are you
thoughts.
thinking?
Vince, what kind of drugs you on?
Exactly.
I think XFL's for sale.
Yeah. Yeah, Vince Russo made by that, brother. Let's Steve, go for it, dude. What do you think about this whole Money in the Bank match?
You know, on the roof of the headquarters, it's new, it's refreshing, it's something, you know, we probably haven't seen before. It's going to be interesting to see, you know, from the ground up. How many floors is the headquarters? That place is huge.
69.
And I just hope nobody... What happened?
69.
God damn. I just hope nobody is afraid of heights.
Genius.
Stories?
Fucking genius.
What? I don't know. Just keep going, Steve. I'm just joking around. Comedy.
No, but yeah, it's a big building. You know, it's gonna be interesting to see what they're doing there. They're gonna be fighting all over the building, and then when they get to the roof, that's some crazy shit's gonna happen on the roof. I just hope nobody's afraid of heights.
I'm gonna be aroused.
Hope.
I'm kidding.
Antwan, what do you got?
Man, you know, hearing about this Money in the Bank ladder match going to be on the roof of the W headquarters, man, that's wicked insane and something completely different. You know, I'm all for seeing different this year. You know, seeing that they've done that. We've had the Boneyard match between AJ and Undertaker. The Firefly Funhouse between between Bray and Cena. Then you had Johnny and Ciampa, and you know, it's like, I don't know how they go. I think this, as you guys mentioned, is going to be pre-taped, so I don't know what route they're going to do with this, but I'm definitely excited to see something different with Money in the Bank this time around than just a regular ladder match. Going to be in in the Performance Center, so seeing that this is going to be in a different setting, it definitely makes for refreshing and new content.
Yeah, definitely, dude.
Yep.
What I think is that I didn't go, so I think this match is going to be good, but the women's ladder match is going to need to have something special too, because, you know, our fellow lady fans in the IWC is not going to like that. If there's the men have their special stuff, you know, let the woman climb the corporate ladder too, you know.
Yeah.
Equality.
Yeah, true.
All that fun stuff. I think that Bray should do another cool match with Braun. I'm not sure if they want to do this a normal match, if they want to do another like Funhouse type of match. But definitely bring something in. Like, do a surprise. Like, turn Braun, make him a fiend maybe, something cool like that, you know? It's just so hard to just think about Bray being this only thing in the Funhouse. Like, he's sick, but, you know, he's gotta have help, dude. He's never been like a solo guy. Even when he was the cult leader, he had people. So it's only a matter of time, I think, until something happens in the Funhouse and brings out a new person. That's what I think. Well,
honestly, I think we all just want to see Jeff Hardy do a goddamn swan hop off the roof of the headquarters.
Oh my god.
No, that's too much.
That would be crazy. That's too much trouble.
Maybe not off
Too
the
risky.
roof. Maybe off the ladder.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wyatt, go ahead, Wyatt.
You know what? I think what they should add is maybe, imagine this. Maybe if someone falls off the roof, there could be a big giant swimming pool by the headquarters.
Yeah,
and someone crashes into it.
Maybe.
Women pool.
Yeah, that would.
What do you think about that idea?
I mean, they do have weeks to film it, so they could get that you know what they use in stunt scenes, like the stuff, like if they do a fall off the roof scene where you fall onto. So if they want to do it, go for it. Like, just like toss them off and then, you know, train them to like fall onto it. It would be definitely getting the IWC buzzing. Wyatt, I'd see it. I'd like it.
I think Russo is probably shaking his fist in the air right now, saying, "Why didn't I come up with that goddamn?"
Okay, guys. So let's do our outros. This was a solid episode. Not gonna lie. So
pretty good.
Wyatt,
It was.
go for it, dude. Plug whatever you need to.
All right, so this is the end of my conclusion to say for this episode.
Yep.
All right. Good pleasure to be on the podcast once again. Even though we're all on quarantine, we're all safe. We're lucky enough we can still do the podcast. Good talk with with some great wrestling fans here. Definitely go follow me on Instagram, the Wrestling Era _. And check out my wrestling content and whatever, but you know, my account can get stale or whatever. But also special shout out to Mike Shift Spam, and good to have on the podcast.
It's always a pleasure,
I can barely.
It's always a pleasure.
I can't barely talk today. I'm sorry.
It's all. Hey, dude, it's all right. You put in some good notes on this discussion, dude. Antwan,
I barely
the newcomer. What do you got? Give us an outro. What do you got for you?
Man, I want to just, first of all, I want to say thank you for inviting me to be part of this podcast. You know, as I said, this is my first major podcast to be part of. Honestly, I'm definitely hoping to be part of more to come, you know, because it's definitely great to be part of great wrestling minds in the business who knows just as much as wrestling as I do. So it's definitely a great time to be, you know, part of a great and special podcast as this one. I do want to bring up one more topic, if that's okay, before it closes out.
I paid on 10%, so if you want to do it real quick, go for it. I'm just watching my battery.
I'm just going to make this one brief. So it was reported yesterday about an indie wrestler
that
who
fucking
was
piece of shit. My bad, I forgot about
I don't
that.
even want to talk about it. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that.
Wait, what happened? I never heard anything.
So, this wrestler, this individual, he just I know the guy. I didn't know him personally because I went to a few WE4 shows to see him in action in the ring. He always seemed to be a cool and chill guy until that video got out, and that's when I was like, good Lord, he lost my respect. You know, because it's like one thing being in the business. It's like one thing about being in the business is that you can't, you know, be disrespectful towards your opponents or anybody, period, in this business, because you have to have respect for everybody. And if he has that attitude, you know, he's not going to make it far, because you can't make it far by saying disrespectful stuff towards other people of their race, color, religion, no matter what you represent. It's like you can't be disrespectful like that. And I'm honestly glad to see that, you know, the school. I do have great news that the guy, he did get expelled. First of all, the guy's in high school still. The guy is expelled. Guy is expelled. That's number one. Number two, the WA4 terminated his membership, so he's out of the equation. So it's like, and the multiple indie promotions he was involved in, they no longer going to book him going forward. So it's definitely great they took great action against this while they did, because this kind of stuff is not tolerated in professional wrestling, and that's why so I wanted to cover this real fast.
Hey,
you know,
it's all good, dude. Promote.
One more thing.
Go for it, Wyatt.
Even though just mention in the group chat his name, because I might know him or not, or just DM the name to him, Antwan.
I'd rather not say. I don't even know his name, but I'd rather not promote a racist.
Yeah, just mention it in the group chat.
Yeah. We'll do it in the group chat. I'm not going to mention a racist or any of that on this podcast.
No.
So Antwan, that's all. You wanted to finish your outro?
Oh, one more thing. As I was saying, you know, to finish out my outro, I just want again thank you guys for this opportunity. Honestly, I had a great time. You know, I definitely want to be part of these podcasts going forward. It definitely was a lot of fun, man. I thank you again for inviting me here. This definitely was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, dude. Jason?
All right. Well, thank you guys for having me back on the podcast again. Follow me on Instagram at WrestlingFanky15 and on my main account at Bailey_Jason16. Stay safe, wash your hands, and don't get the virus.
Hell yeah, dude. Steep, plug all of us. Do your outro.
Wait. Can I do my outro?
Oh yeah, go for it, Millz. Yeah, we'll let Steve go last because he's gonna plug all of us.
Alright, so it's the fastest rising newcomer in professional wrestling, the Bronx Prodigy, Millz HENDRIX.
That's my man.
Y'all can add me on Instagram. It's RealBXProdigy _ or Twitter, the Bronx Prodigy. Thank you everybody from the Tuck Your Chin Progress for having me. It's been a pleasure. And if y'all ever need another guest, I'm here, man.
Don't forget to tuck your chin.
Yeah, we're not even done yet, bro. Yeah, it's always a pleasure, Mike. This guy's gonna be the next big thing on the indies. I'm just gonna put it out there. In 5 years, when he is, you're gonna look back on this Tuck Your Chin podcast and you're gonna be like, Mike Schiff predicted it, and it came true.
Yep.
Evan, hit us with something.
I had an absolute blast being here. If you guys couldn't tell, I may have sounded very excited. It's because I was the entire time. I hope that I made some of you laugh. I try to be funny and shit. This was very fun.
You had some good jokes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I've always wanted to do a podcast. I've met a lot of people who have told me I have a good voice for it for some reason. So it was nice to really kind of put that on display and give this a shot. I love doing podcasts and I love listening to them. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for having me and giving me this opportunity. Much love to all of you guys.
You're welcome.
If you find human beings who are listening to this would like to, give me a follow on Instagram. It's at Ronald_Van_Donald. And wash your hands, wash your ding dong, wash your female ding dong if you're one of those. and that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Let's Okay.
Yeah, Evan's right about that.
Yeah,
definitely do that.
Can
And
get on anywhere. You gotta watch
You-
the whole.
Definitely.
watch everything.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe. Check out our hard rock heavy metal podcast, the Moshcast. A new episode is being dropped soon. This is going to be dropped before the next episode, which is going to be Bam Sullivan, because we just talked about this week in wrestling.
Yeah, guys.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, well, what's up, dude? I was still going.
No, it's telling people to like, comment, subscribe.
Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Tuck your chin. Steep. It's time.
Hold
on. Follow at Mike.Schiff on Instagram, MikeSchiff.spam on Instagram, all that fun stuff. All other social medias will be in the bio below, so you can find all of us. Steep, you gotta end it off on a good note, my man. Let's do this. Let's see what you got.
Thank you guys for having me again. This was a fun podcast. First off, I want to welcome the new people on the podcast, and to reiterate, everyone's social media. Antwan, go follow him on Instagram at Antwan Millz, he's a great indie star. He's giving me the best, advice, trying to work on bettering myself at Real BX Prodigy. And the dude here, Ronald, man, he's like the goat of this podcast.
Evan.
Oh, Evan. But his Instagram name, Ronald_.
He sure did steal the podcast.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
Check out
man.
Evan's wrestling
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You guys killed it. Jason at Wrestling Fan Kid 15, go follow him. My man Wyatt at the Wrestling Era _. And most importantly, the man who made this all happen, Mike. Go follow him, Mike.Schiff. You're the reason we have this podcast. You're the reason it exists, and you're amazing, man. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you, dude. Everyone watching, if you're still watching, if you watch it up to here, I thank you for listening to us for an hour and a half, just talking about wrestling. And the next time you'll see all these people on one episode is gonna be the Money in the Bank prediction episode. Even if we can't get everyone, we'll try to get as much people as possible.
I'm all for it.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Give me a hell yeah.
I've got two quick things. Number one, I will actually be on the Moshcast. I can plug that, right?
Hell yeah, plug it.
Yes. I will be making my debut. I will be making my debut appearance on the Moshcast. And also, if you didn't watch this episode of the podcast, I will find you.
I will.
I have one more thing before this ends.
Yes.
Mike.
Yeah, go for it, Jason.
If everyone that's listening to this podcast, if you enjoyed it, give me a hell yeah.
In the comments below.
In the comments below.
Okay, guys. Peace out. All you fans watching, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Keep queefing and all that stuff. Peace.